everyone. I'm Chase Brown.
And I'm Nick Walker. Welcome to Night Owl News.
Tonight's top story comes from the Georgia Department of Labor in Kennesaw. When it comes to unemployment, Georgia's unemployment rate lies at 9.3%. However, officials tell us we're in a better place than we were a year ago. To tell us more about the unemployment rate in Cobb County, here's Nicole Smith.
If there is one thing about this recession that many people have been unable to escape, it is unemployment. In Georgia, the unemployment rate is 9.3%, which is similarly close to that of Cobb County, a striking 8.6%, according to the Georgia Department of Labor.
So the decline in the housing market, along with other financial things that were going on around the United States and the world, they had a significant impact on Georgia's economy.
Cobb County's unemployment rate remains lower than the Metro Atlanta and state of Georgia. However, in the recent months, it has been experiencing an unfortunate trend. According to the Georgia Department of Labor, the unemployment rate for the county has jumped by 0.1% to 8.6%. What does this mean for the residents of Cobb County? I'm here at the Georgia Department of Labor in Kennesaw to find out.
When a person comes in to apply for unemployment insurance, they are encouraged to take advantage of the workshops that we have. But people that are not on unemployment, they can come and take advantage of the workshops too.
What kind of company did you work for?
It was an entertainment company. We did about 300 events, mostly weddings, parties, mitzvahs, that type of thing, all in Atlanta, outside, and international.
What was your position there?
I did sales.
What happened to make you lose your job?
There were some things happening with the company that in the beginning, we weren't really sure of what was going on. We knew that things weren't okay. It's a smaller company, but the manager of the company told us that things were getting rocky and some changes might be made. Everything is online now, and they take so long to respond. It's really up in the air. The way, you have your resume, you have your cover letter, but when you apply to a job, you submit those, and then you still have to fill out pages and pages of extra paperwork and take quizzes so they know you're answering appropriately and you have the right attitude for what they want.
Trends indicate that the unemployment numbers will continue to rise throughout the year and into 2013. Reporting from the Georgia Department of Labor, I'm Nicole Smith with Night Owl News.
Thank you, Nicole. Tonight in sports, the Kennesaw State University track team has moved locations this fall. Let's see how their new location is affecting their season. Here's Catherine Bennett with the story.
Kennesaw State track and field team is excited to be practicing in their new facility, which opened last spring. This true life Cinderella story pushed through adversity and lack of practice space and still made their way to national collegiate competition. The KSU track and field team used to travel every day to Kell High School, where they practiced in parking lots and on a torn-up track. The team also used the space behind the Convocation Center on KSU's campus by a large dumpster for throwing practice. Behind me is the former practice location for the KSU track and field team, which took a toll on the team physically, emotionally, and financially. The track is currently under construction.
Horrible. Kids would normally walk on the field. We have PE kids out there, so we couldn't throw javelin or anything, so it got pretty difficult.
Head coach Andy Egerth, along with his coaching staff, are happy to call this brand new facility, conveniently located next to the KSU Women's Soccer Stadium, their home.
Well, everybody's happier, for one thing. We used to travel over to Kell High School, which is basically about the same as training on a parking lot. The track was all tearing up in chunks. It takes about 15 minutes to get there, 15 minutes back. So just having a lot more time, we can walk right out to the track for practice. Makes it a lot more convenient. Much better surface, prevents injuries. So it just makes people happier, saving 30 minutes of their precious time and having less wear and tear on their body.
And having offices right here, it makes life easier.
It's easier for us to have recruits in and not have to take them real far to watch us practice, so it's helped us tremendously, and I think it'll really benefit us in the conference, and we hope to bring home many, many titles.
Both returning and new athletes enjoy having a space of their own.
Well, when we moved here in January last year, it felt like Christmas because this track is so good. And I mean, these freshmen have it good this year. Last year, we can't even compare the two tracks, so it's definitely going to help us.
Beautiful new track. That's why I came here. Because if they didn't have a track, I wouldn't come here. I'm not going to drive all the way to Kell. First of all, I don't have a car. So how am I going to get to Kell? You know? But anybody knows, brand new track, bounce, good for shins. So I'm really enjoying it.
The men and women teams both had 6 qualifiers for the first round of the NCAA Outdoor Championships. The women's team broke 22 school records last year, and the men's team broke 14 school records last year.
For this year, it might be a little bit of a stretch, but we'd like to win the Triple Crown for the men, which would be winning cross-country, indoor, and the outdoor championship. We'd like to win our first women's championship. We've won some cross-country in the past, but we haven't won in the Atlantic Sun Conference, and we haven't won track yet. Last year we finished second indoor and outdoor for the women, and we're trying to get that title.
Reporting live from the Kennesaw State University track and field location, this is Catherine Bennett from Night Owl News.
Wow, what a team. Thanks for that inspiring story. So, Catherine, how's the track program doing?
Well, the Kennesaw State women's cross-country team finished 4th this year, which was a big improvement from last year where they finished 9th. And the men's cross-country team sent a runner to nationals. And their first indoor track meet will be on December 1st this year.
Well, it sounds like the track program is doing mighty fine. Stay after this commercial break to hear an inspiring story about how a small business struggles for survival in this economy.
In recent years, Atlanta has merged into a major human trafficking city. In 2010, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement of Georgia initiated 651 human trafficking investigations and made around 300 arrests. When I was in desperate need of help, I called Out of Darkness, and they brought hope back into my life. For anyone trapped in this situation, there is hope. I called Out of Darkness when I escaped my kidnappers. I was abused physically, mentally, and emotionally. Luckily, I was able to find a payphone and dial their 24-hour hotline. I am blessed to say I now live a wonderful life. If you or a loved one is being trafficked, call Out of Darkness. Help keep Atlanta safe.
Welcome back to Night Owl News. Christy Leverett has been in the field speaking with old and new small businesses about their struggles in this economy. How do they keep a small business alive and thriving? Here's Christy with the story.
With our current economic recession and the preceding years of economic turmoil, the Hodge Army-Navy store has managed to stay open going on 57 years. John Hodge himself volunteered to serve for our country in 1943. Purchasing 38,000 military bomb boxes and turning that into a profit was a sign that military surplus was in his future. Passed down from generation to generation, Hodge's son-in-law now owns the business and is learning how to weather the economic downturn.
Well, since I've been here in 17 years, I would say the ever-changing marketplace as far as surplus goods go. The military is constantly changing the uniforms, and so it's always changing, and we have to somehow adapt to everything that changes. The economy started going down maybe in '08. With that, for us, we have the building industry affected us. As the building industry slowed down, we started losing sales for workwear and work boots.
The economy's current state is not just affecting the businesses that have been around, but also newly opened businesses. Primo Italian Ice opened in May of this year.
Well, we moved here 5 years ago from New York, and we quickly noticed that there wasn't many choices in frozen dessert. We said, well, let's give it a try, and well, here we are. We opened up, and we're having some good success here.
Owner Steve Zdenko has found some success being located in Johns Creek, with intentions of targeting the wealthier demographic of our economy.
Also, the demographics of the area works well with our product. So we like to be with restaurants, upscale restaurants, and that's basically why we chose this area.
The economy does not seem to be taking a drastic toll on some business owners, both old and new. Are these signs of the economy's improvement?
We're going to open up stores. We're actually looking inside the perimeter right now, probably up by Kennesaw as well.
Reporting from
Primo Italian Ice in Johns Creek.
This is Christy Leverett with Night Owl News.
Thank you for that inspiring story. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's broadcast of Night Owl News. We will see you tomorrow. I'm Chase Brown.
And I'm Nick Walker. Good night.